Hey, let's boogie some. You guys know how to do this stuff? Alright, so I'm just keeping that index finger on the second fret. I never picked it up. It's laying flat on two strings. Gives you your E5 chord, and I'm just kind of swinging with my right hand. Kind of swing feel like a bouncy, medium tempo. And I'm just improvising with ring and pinky on my fretting hand at the 4th and 5th frets. And occasionally accenting it with a little bit of, that's a G note on the 6th string, 3rd fret, middle finger. Sometimes I see people like bringing that ring, and I suppose that's kind of cool. Or pinky. Or, okay, then you'll see other things like, that's just too much seesawing back and forth. It's just, I don't know. I suppose if that sounds good and feels good, go for it. But I'm going to try to get people to keep that index planted. And also, another accent, you do an upstroke on the 4th and 5th strings. So that little 2-note chord so I'm pulling up, upstroke on 2 strings. Again, the E and the B. Like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's on the and of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So yeah, that counting thing, even though this is really simple, you find those accents and just, potentially you could accent anything. That's I'm going to stick with that for now. And I was also doing the 3 and 4, like a minor to a major, G to G sharp with the middle and ring. Now I'm doing those upstrokes, accents, and muting it. Again, upstroke on the 4th and 5th strings. That's cool. I wonder what beat that's on. 1 and 2 and 3. I don't know if I can count that. I don't know if I want to count that, but it's something I just feel kind of like a George Thorogood or John Lee Hooker. I'm sorry, I said George Thorogood before John Lee Hooker. I should have said John Lee Hooker, and copied by George Thorogood. And now we're ripping it off. And those are ands, like 1 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So you can, you don't always have to come crashing in on the 1, 2, 3, or 4. You can just play the ands. I'm just sort of dropping these fingers on the strings to put the brakes on. It's just a brake pad. But if you hit them hard, you got a chord. So you got to just softly let them dampen. So all strings are muted. Not, you don't want that chord. Then you can put some of those other twirls and swirls. I remember a Blue Oyster Cult song that goes. I'm also kind of controlling down here with my picking hand, just on the edge of my hand, on that corner. It's pretty important for controlling your chords so you can roll forward just a tiny bit and respond to the sound where you leave your picking hand. I like these fingers to be out here so I can get the volume knob, or it might kind of hook around the pickup or the tailpiece stud there. It might just rest there. But yeah, it's kind of really important that your picking hand is not using your shoulder or elbow. That's unless you're trying to really get put on a show or something. Usually it's more just right in this little part, kind of pivoting off the wrist. I don't know how that works, how this side of the hand stays pretty stable while, so it's really just through here, your fingers and a little bit of wrist maybe. So you can move around if you're, getting wound up, but just as long as you can control it and hit it uniformly to where you're not, missing strings or hitting some strings too hard. You can also get that 5th fret A in there. Well, that's really fun. I realize that's pretty basic stuff, but if you're going to go to a blues jam or hang out with anybody, improvise, whatever, I just like messing around. So just a good way to keep moving and grooving, and it could be a song, I guess, but I don't really like songs. I just like to rock. All right, I'm going outside.